For the next 7 days, I am ditching my Tesla to go all in on trying the best Tesla killers the EV landscape has to offer in 2025. From the ultra-affordable Chevy Equinox to the luxurious Lucid Air to the Rivian R1S, the BMW iX, and more, I am testing them all to see what life is like outside the Tesla bubble. And spoiler alert, it's not much better. The grass isn't always greener on the other side, and I am by no means ditching my Teslas permanently. But what I will say is that this was a very eye-opening experience that really taught me that some companies are doing things better than Tesla, and Tesla does have some room for improvement, and also they're crushing the competition in a lot of big ways. Let me break down sort of what you need to know about looking outside of the world of Tesla in 2025, and are Tesla killers actually a thing? I tried them all. Let's talk about it. So this is not YouTube hyperbole. I actually, a couple of months ago, flew out to California and rented all of, or at least most, of the 2025 flagship EVs and what many dubbed the Tesla killers that people need to look for this year, from BMWs to Nissans to Chevys. And there's a couple other ones that I'm just sort of blanking on. It was a busy week. I spent the week behind the wheel of all of these various other EVs to see what the competition is like. I'm actually working with a channel partner, Recurrent, on a series of EV review videos for their channel. So just trying them out and see what people need to know. I'll leave a link to those down below. But spoiler alert, I, for the first time, spent a ton of time, an extended period of time, driving non-Tesla EVs. And it was a very eye-opening experience. I learned a lot, and also I kind of learned that, like I said, Tesla's doing a lot of things right, and also there are some features I'm surprised exist on cars that are like $30,000 that Tesla on the six-figure range still hasn't figured out how to implement for some reason. First and foremost, though, let me just say that one of Tesla's biggest advantages in 2025 is clear the moment you do a Google search for these vehicles, because trying to go on one of these legacy automotive sites, like you go through Chevy or you look at Ford or Nissan or even BMW, you're bombarded not just by a very ugly site with so many pop-ups, but you've got to deal with the whole dealer thing, and the price you see on the website isn't necessarily the price you're going to pay, and there's add-ons, and the configurator is weird. It's just too much. Say what you will about Tesla or Lucid or Rivian, but I love the direct-to-consumer model. In fact, I think Tesla has the best website you can find from the bunch, and also you can basically order a new car on your phone or computer in like under 60 seconds. You're not bombarded with options for better or worse. There are no upcharges or upsells. The price you see is the price you pay, which is amazing. And when I did research for all the other EVs, the websites and the pricing and all that stuff is an absolute nightmare. So points to Tesla right off the bat. One of my other big takeaways from this sort of experiment is that Tesla is very much like the iPhone of EVs. It's not always the most versatile, might be lacking some of the features you want, but man, it is reliable, it's good looking, and sort of has some secret sauce that other companies just can't compete with. And also, speaking of the iPhone, who remembers back in 2007 when Steve Jobs got on stage and showed off the original iPhone, and then its launch nearly almost to the day, 18 years ago, which is nuts. And similar to Tesla, back then, everyone called Apple crazy for getting into the phone market. Everyone thought the iPhone would flop. But with now like nearly 1.4 billion iPhones around the world, what seemed like crazy kind of became inevitable, which is sort of where we're at with AI right now. So many people thinking it's sort of a fad that's going to die, but it's definitely here to stay. And it's just getting more powerful seemingly by the day. And if you don't want to sort of get left behind, you want to stay on the cutting edge and know what's going on and kind of go from AI rookie to AI pro, there's an amazing mastermind happening this weekend that is here to do just that. Let you know about the amazing ways to not just get started with AI tools and different things, but also master it so you can be the one teaching others how all this stuff works. Now, normally, this kind of pro-end training would cost nearly $900, but luckily, I have partnered with the folks at Outskill, the ones putting this on, to give away 1,000 free seats to you guys watching this video for the next 72 hours. In fact, this AI mastermind has already been attended by over 4 million people around the globe over the last year, and a lot of these have used these tools to advance their own careers. They've gotten salary raises, they're building with this. Some have even sort of left their corporate job jobs, started their own AI startup with these skills and tools, and are already sort of generating income. Some cases it's their main income, some cases passive income, just with what they've learned by leveraging the power of these AI tools. And making things even better is that if you guys sign up with my special link down below, you'll get $5,000 of free goodies, including some tools and resources, kind of roadmaps on how to get the most out of AI. And one of the best things with all this talk about prompts and prompts engineering, they've got sort of an AI prompt Bible that gives you all the resources you need to know at your fingertips to get the most out of AI. And you guys get this for free. So if you want to learn more, take advantage of the special deal, get your free seat, and get some free goodies. Again, you can hit my special link in the description down below to reserve your seat. They're going fast, so don't wait. And also, there's a really cool exclusive WhatsApp community as well, so you can sort of talk and talk to other people and see how this is all going to work and sort of get connected with the community as you go through this. So again, spots are limited. I've only got so many of these free seats to give away. Learn more and check it out for yourself today, and get started at the link right down below in the description. And admittedly, since I'm a very sort of inherently techie person, the first thing that stood out to me and what I wanted to test was the different technology packages across the various EVs. I'm not even talking about full self-driving or driver assistance, just the plain stereo system, infotainment system. Did they have CarPlay, yes or no? And I was surprised by what I found. First off, I was surprised that for under $40,000, some of these vehicles from Chevy and Nisan come equipped with not just really good like infotainment systems. For example, the Chevy Equinox EV has a Google-based system that has like native Waze, which was nice. Also CarPlay and Android Auto support, really nice screens. That was nice. But also a lot of these budget EVs, I want to say budget Teslas, budget EVs also do have 360-degree cameras and even heads-up displays as well. I have been a long proponent of 360 cameras. I think they just make parking the vehicle infinitely easier. Rivian has it, Lucid has it. Basically, all of the EVs I tried had this feature built in, except for, obviously, Tesla, and it's still something I would love to see. Tesla has their high-fidelity park assist, which is fine. It is just not the same as a proper 360-degree setup, so points to the other EVs in those directions. Of course, everybody but Tesla and Rivian also support CarPlay, so if you do want CarPlay, there are various iterations of cars that do that, but basically, a lot of other EVs will handle that. And then, like I said, Chevy had a good system, Nissan had a terrible system, and BMW, I'm just not a fan of the whole iDrive thing, so make of those what you will, but the software experience is competitive on other EVs, though I still think Tesla has the best ecosystem. The competition is certainly getting better and better and better. When it comes to the design of these other EVs, I'm probably a little biased, and I daily drive a Cybertruck, so that should tell you all you need to know about my personal taste in cars. But I think Tesla still makes the best looking EVs, especially the refresh for the 3 and the Y looks so good that it is hard to compete, especially at their price, and I'll come back to value in a little bit. Just the sheer looks of the car on the surface, I think look better than what Chevy is doing or what Nissan is doing especially. Now, Lucid, I don't know, the design is growing on me more and more. I'm still not a huge fan, but it's definitely something, to look at. Rivian, I do think, makes some good looking vehicles. BMW, it's just very BMW. It's a very boat-like design, either like it or not. But I do think that Tesla still wins in the design category. I still personally like the design of these better than other EVs out there. And then also, speaking of design, one of the big takeaways that I had after testing a bunch of these EVs is that some companies that are more startup oriented, like Rivian and Lucid and Tesla, are willing to take more risks, where the traditional guys, BMW, Nissan, Chevy, and others, they're kind of more wanting to play it safe, and you see that within the vehicle itself. For example, there's so many parts of the vehicle that feel like it's like trying to be something to everybody. Like there's still tons of physical knobs and buttons. In the Nisan ARIYRA I tested, it had this really weird wood dash with capacitive, touch-sensitive buttons, but then it had regular buttons, and then it had knobs. In the Chevy Equinox EV, it had these really just classic Chevrolet Air vents that just looked really weird and really manual. It just felt very weird and discombobulating in different vehicles. Of course, I think in some cases you would get used to it, but it definitely was interesting to see Tesla and Rivian and Lucid really try to go for more minimal and tech-focused and things like that, where these other companies really just are sticking with the more traditional sort of car design and layout, but having some EV elements built in. For example, I think it was the Nissan ARIYRA I drove yet again, second reference for them. They have a traditional start and stop button for their car, which I don't know why you'd have that. An EV doesn't need a start and stop button. There is no engine to rev up or turn on or turn off, but it was there and just definitely felt to me like it's, some of these companies are still a little stuck in the past and afraid to make big changes that are needed in 2025. I will say a lot of these cars also had some very quirky design languages. Again, going back to Nissan, the good and the bad here. For one, this car actually has a full-on sunroof that opens, and I can't remember last time I've been in a vehicle with an opening sunroof. So that was interesting and kind of cool. BMW iX, it has a glass roof that's really big and expansive, doesn't open, but is sort of diffused and very nice. And also, again, the Nissan ARIYRA, going back to that, it has a ton of storage space, like almost Cybertruck level cavernous storage space, and the center console area actually can move back and forth. Like the entire center console moves forwards and backwards, which is just kind of weird. So many quirky little things about these vehicles that, again, I'm sure you get used to after a while, but definitely felt weird and kind of out of place, but it was unique, to say the least. Another part of this experience that was a really big eye-opener for me, and maybe I'm stupid, but I'm just going to say it, I didn't realize a frunk was a luxurious feature. Now, Tesla, I've given them a lot of complaints for the fact that there are no powered frunks on any other vehicle but the Cybertruck. I think Rivian wins some points because the R1S and R1T, they've got powered frunks, makes it infinitely more useful, which is nice. And I kind of like the split back on the R1S as well. On the other EVs I tested, some of them had very, very small front trunks. Like Lucid had a pretty small front trunk on the Lucid Air. But in terms of other vehicles like the near six-figure BMW iX, it didn't have a front trunk. And a lot of the other vehicles I tried didn't have frunks too. I always just sort of assumed that of course it would have a frunk. It's an EV, but some of these companies use that space for other things and they don't have a frunk, which definitely, say what you will about Tesla, makes me appreciate the Model Y for the price it's, offering a lot. And now the frunk has a drain plug, which is kind of nice and just makes it more useful. I didn't realize this was such a big thing, but a lot of these vehicles, even though they're EVs, don't have as much storage space as you would assume, especially on the the sub trunk level as well. So don't let your eyes deceive you. Even bigger vehicles like the Chevy Equinox, a relatively large car, didn't honestly have that much usable space. But I will say on the flip side, one of the things that was clearly a big deal for some of these EVs that just isn't there for Tesla is that they're leaning more into the luxurious offerings. For example, say what you will about Lucid. I know there's been a bunch of turbulence with that company and I, wasn't super impressed when they launched, but I will say that the Lucid Air that I drove definitely embraced more of that luxurious feeling, from the design elements to the materials to the sweeping screens. There was a whole lot there that elevated the feel and look of that vehicle. BMW, again, say what you will about BMW, but they know how to make a really good car, and the BMW iX felt very luxurious. And then Rivian as well. I still, in my opinion, feel like it's a little bit more sporty and a little bit more adventure-y than I would like, but many will, quickly admit that it is a more luxurious feeling experience than what Tesla's offering. Now, in Tesla's defense, the new Model Y and the Model 3, they've definitely upped the production quality. The materials are better. They're better built cars. They feel nicer, but they're not super luxurious. And really, my bigger point here is with the S and the X. For cars that are really competing on the high end, like at or near six figures, Lucid, Rivian, BMW, they're just doing better jobs in terms of making you feel like you're in a vehicle that feels more luxurious. So that is definitely an area where Tesla can improve. And certainly on the Model X and Model S side, and kind of Cybertruck as well, though that kind of gets a pass because it's weird and odd, they need to be going more luxurious, which they're just not. And other companies are swooping in and giving customers what they want. Range is another area that was interesting and definitely where Tesla could improve. Now, I mentioned this in a previous video, but I still kind of want to reiterate it because it's true. In the beginning, Tesla was a company not only being a trailblazer in many areas, but they were pushing the boundaries when it came to battery technology and range. And they're still doing a lot in that arena, but other companies are sort of lapping them over and over again. I was surprised the Chevy Equinox for around $35,000 comes packed with 319 miles of range. Don't look at performance, don't look at other things, but if we're just talking pure range, that is a pretty good sort of dollar per mile estimate if you want to go that route for what you get in terms of range. Lucid, on the other hand, with the Lucid Air and the upcoming Lucid Gravity, they're kind of kicking Tesla's butt when it comes to range. They're like advertising over 400 miles in some cases, which is nuts. Even Rivian is sort of going more aggressive in this path. Tesla certainly has solid range numbers, not bad, especially at the sort of entry-level points for these rear-wheel drive models. They've got pretty good range numbers, but definitely I'd love to see Tesla do two things. Experiment more with battery technology and trying to push that range forward, or easy thing they could do, relatively speaking, is give us a longer wheelbase vehicle that has a larger battery pack built in. With all this talk about a 6-seat Model Y coming, if this really could have a longer wheelbase and in turn have a bigger battery, this could sort of be the extended range version a lot of us have been waiting for. So definitely interesting to see what the competition is doing in that regard. Again, I will say in Tesla's credit, I do love that they make the range numbers very clear. If you go on BMW's website for the iX, they give you range estimates, which is totally unhelpful. So again, some of these companies are still learning how to market their EVs and give us proper information. But again, just something I thought I'd point out. I didn't have enough time to really get into charging and all that stuff because that's a big deal as well. But just sort of on the surface, range is another thing that Tesla could sort of work on in that arena. And then, of course, when it comes to driver's assistance, I had a very mixed experience with all these. I couldn't get the Rivian system working properly, though I used it and it was fine. I could not get the Dream Drive in the Lucid to work properly. I just, for whatever reason, couldn't get that thing working properly. And I know other companies have their own sort of full self-driving equivalents, but I will say what you will about Tesla and say what you will about full self-driving, but at least the cars all come standard with autopilot. It's easy to turn on or off, and full self-driving for $99 a month is a very, very capable system. A lot of these companies are charging for different tiers and different access and different this or that, or the car's got to have all these things. Tesla full self-driving is very, very impressive. And to me, just sort of shows, especially in autonomy, just how far ahead Tesla is versus the competition. I know not everybody buys their vehicle for what its future capabilities are or what its autonomy capabilities are, but I think certainly if you're looking for a vehicle that can drive itself, Tesla is far and away leading the pack on that. And then when it comes to value, look, I'm not here to review every single other EV you can buy, but I will say that, you know, the budget entry-level models like the Chevy and the Nisan, I was impressed with what you got for the relatively low, affordable entry-level price point. But honestly, what I was sort of reminded of over and over again, the more cars I drove, was just how good the 3 and especially the Model Y are at their price. For as long as the tax credit sticks around, which isn't long, through September, the Model Y is just a phenomenal vehicle that really brings so much value for the dollar in terms of design, technology, features, all that stuff. It's really, really nice to see what Tesla can do. Also, I will say, before I forget, I know Tesla didn't do for a while anything crazy for rear passengers, but now, of course, they do have the rear screen. I was surprised for even some of the higher end EVs I tested, the backs of the vehicle for rear passengers might have been comfortable, but like no entertainment solutions whatsoever, hard to adjust the climate control and things like that. Another point in Tesla's direction. So while I definitely think that the media and some publications love to hype up Tesla killers and Lucids coming in Rivian and things like that, all this experiment showed me is that while I would love to see Tesla sort of accelerate some developments in some areas and sort of come up to speed with the competition in other areas, they still do a phenomenal job in so many areas that companies with bigger employee resources and funding and things like that still are having a hard time competing with because Tesla is so far ahead. And again, I'm biased. I love Tesla. I run a Tesla YouTube channel, of course. But I just think that what Tesla is doing in 2025 is so incredibly impressive. And even after trying all these other EVs, I was very happy to come home and continue daily driving my Teslas, Cybertruck, Model X, hopefully Model Y coming soon if Tesla ever delivers that. It just really sort of showed me how the grass isn't always greener on the other side and just how Tesla does things so well. Always room for improvement, but there is not another vehicle brand I would rather drive than a Tesla. And I can only speak for myself, but that's my honest opinion. Also, now is the time we have come in the video to earn some of my money. So if you'd like an Amazon gift card totally for free, I'm hiding a code in the next minute of this video. So keep your eyes peeled for a funny looking string of characters that is the Amazon gift card code. And in the meantime, let me tell you about some of my amazing channel partners that are here to save you money and elevate your Tesla experience in some really amazing ways. My friends at Drive Protected, they are your go-to source for an amazing detailing kit for your vehicle. If you just want a really good set of cleaning products to keep your car looking great on the inside and out, they've got you covered there, as well as they are your one place to go for DIY PPF or ceramic coating. So if you want to kit your vehicle out from front to trunk, or even just do individual parts of the car, and you want it to be protected and keep that fragile Tesla paint from getting any blemishes, they're the place to go. They'll walk you through the entire process step by step. It's super easy. You can do it yourself and save a bunch of money by doing it yourself. Don't go to one of those shops and pay thousands to have them do it for you. You can do it yourself with the, I think in some cases better, more high quality materials from Drive Protected, and they'll walk you through the process step by step. My code Rosenfeld is going to save you 10% off anything on the website. So use my code Rosenfeld to save on anything on Drive Protected's website. Also, if you're looking to elevate the exterior of your Tesla, one of my favorite and easiest and most cost-effective ways to do that, quite frankly, is from my friends at Tesla Emblems. They make these really awesome, unique, high-quality, custom vinyls for different parts of your Tesla. So if you want to accessorize the Tesla T emblems on your vehicle or the charge port, or even my favorite, they make some really awesome ways to customize your Tesla key cards. They've got some amazing solutions there. TeslaEmblems.com, their website. They've got a bunch of different products you can choose from. It's a really fun, easy, and cost-effective way to accessorize your Tesla a bit and make it look different. I've got a coupon code to save on that front as well, so check that out, linked right down below. And of course, if you're looking to win the EV of your dreams, Tesla, Lucid, Rivian, maybe Hummer EV, or $50,000 cash, and also support an amazing cause at the same time, check out ccraffle.com, link of course down below. You're supporting an amazing cause. It's the nonprofit Chesed Chicago. That's going to give families in need some amazing resources. So you're, being able to support an amazing cause, and also you have the chance to win a really amazing grand prize of the EV of your dreams, or that cold hard cash. My code Robert is going to save you $25 off 2 tickets or $500 off 15 tickets. And for a limited time, if you enter and get some tickets, you can also be entered the chance to win a bottle of Tesla tequila as well, which is an extra special sweet treat on top. Learn more, check it out for yourself today at the link below. And there is a limited number of tickets being sold, so once they're gone, they're gone. Use my code Robert to save. Also, if you're looking for an easy, cost-effective, and fun way to accessorize your new or maybe your older Tesla you want to breathe some new life into, check out the amazing lineup of premium accessories from my friends at Joa. They have got you covered with literally everything you would want for every single Tesla model. They've got phone chargers, they've got neck pillows, they've got sunroof shades, and they even make things super simple with starter packs that literally give you everything you'll need for the best Tesla experience with one simple click. It does not get any easier than this. And then also some of the more advanced utility stuff. Things like a really nice folding tray so you can eat more comfortably or work more comfortably as you're sitting in your car. They've got a really cool invisible storage solution for the underscreen part of your Tesla. They've got a really easy way to charge your Apple Watch and AirPods on the built-in wireless charger in your car, and so much more. If you're looking to check out amazing premium Tesla accessories, check out what Joe has got to offer. Link, of course, is down below in the description, and my code Robert is going to save you on your purchase. So check out the link, use my code Robert to save today. And again, a huge thanks to my friends at Outskill for the support of the video. If you want to be the master of the AI world for your friends and family, take advantage of this mastermind. Scan the QR code on screen or hit the link down below to learn more and take advantage of this for a limited time. All right, everybody. So what are your thoughts on EVs in 2025? What other vehicles are you looking at? Are you looking to switch away from a Tesla, or were you looking at another vehicle before you bought a Tesla? Are you a Rivian fan who came to gloat in the comments of this video? Please just drop a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on the EV landscape in 2025 and other videos you'd like to see. Appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much. I'm Robert Rosenfeld, and I'll see you all in the next one.